Cosmos Creative Television presents General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern right here on Cosmos Creative Television, Facebook, and YouTube.
Hello? Hey.
I didn't know it was gonna be live all front. Okay.
Is anyone out there? Is anyone watching? Is anyone tuning in?
I'm tuning in. No Mercury. You know what I'm saying? It's Happy Thursday, Sandy D. We got a good show. We got Ty on it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rory. He's doing this thing. Everyone is exploring. Let's do Rory. They're exploring. He should go on his way and kind of find cool things. I think we could, in the next few months, while he's out,
Yeah,
he could Rory exploring. He could show us new places from all around the world. You know. So.
I'm excited to hear what Rory's doing, and I'm thankful for that you are filling in for us and covering for Rory this summer. Yeah, Rory's traveling. Everyone stay tuned for the adventures of Rory and family, because I can't wait. I know he's going to like Japan, China, Taiwan. He's doing all the things with his family. I'm so happy for him. So, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of jealous, but we'll talk about that later.
I'm jealous.
Because it's not going to be about family out there. It's going to be wild. I think he's in Japan.
It's wild. Yeah.
Okay.
He knows what he's doing. He's been living over there before. It's not his first rodeo over there.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. All right, let me bring up my special guest from the hollows of TikTok, from the depths from the Nanus and the tuning in of the animal spirits. We have Ty Stonewalker. Look at this. Check it out.
Hey, everybody. I'm here. Can you hear me?
There you go.
All right, I'm on TV. You know, I was a radio DJ for a while, and the first guy to mentor me, the other DJ, they call him Jocks. And he's did it so long that he actually like people that are DJs, like electronic music, he always makes fun of them because he's like, you're not a jock. Anyways, he told me right away, he said, you got a face for radio.
Really?
Bro?
Yeah. So I mean, here I am on TV. Wait till I tell him.
I'm excited because this is like my second or third co-host. I'm new, but familiar to the network that you're on, Ty. And I've been listening.
Okay.
I've been listening to your music. I've been following your Instagram. I've been catching up
sweet.
my homework. I've been doing my homework and liking all the stuff, and we'll talk some depth in a little bit, man. We'll paint the picture, but I know, man.
Right on.
I know you have some depth, bro. I know you are the roots of these things, and you have a message to say. And I know we have to subliminally cut it through music every now and again, but I know you're a leader, and
Thank you.
yeah, for real, man. Like I'm gonna remind you of some things you shared. Besides like sharing music, how we always do. We always have this platform to share like these views of how civilization and everything should be, and anyways, man, we'll talk about that later. But right away, man, like, what gave you the bug to pick up the guitar? Like, let's start out
He
there.
got bit by the bug.
This is a good story.
Music bug, the going live bug.
How is this self-expression? How is this your identity now that you play guitar and you sing?
Okay, well, I recently dedicated my entire life to it. Like 3 years ago, I was, but I'd been playing the guitar since I was 19. I got my first guitar. Somebody owed me money, and they couldn't pay, and it was for pot in high school. And he gave me his guitar, and he taught me how to play "Free Fallin'" by Tom Petty, and I was going to be a star. And I had gotten into a band called Fish. And Fish they're like the Grateful Dead. They tour around, all the hippies follow them. And I was at a Fish concert, and I had taken some psychedelics, and I was there, man. And I was gonna do what they were doing. I was gonna share those good feelings that I had. I wanted to.
Were you in Vermont? Was this in Vermont?
No, this is in Boise, Idaho, in 1999. The same year I got that guitar.
Because Fish is from Vermont. They're all from Vermont.
They are. Yeah. And then but what started as a psychedelic experiment to expand the mind, well, the experiment ended, and I was left with a deep addiction for drugs and alcohol. And I rode that wave until 3 years ago when I got sober. And I got sober because I was in the studio recording, because I've been making music this whole time, but I was into drugs and alcohol. I thought that's how you made the music. So when I say that I dedicated my life to it just 3 years ago, I quit drugs and alcohol, and now I'm doing it pure. And I'll never go back. And I wouldn't do that to my fans, because I can't do what I saw when I was 19. I can't do that under the influence, but I'm starting to learn how to do that now, 3 years later. And with all the training I've had in the last 25 years. But I was at the music studio in San Francisco. It's called Prairie Sun Records. Prairie Sun's a famous studio. Tom Waits did his 11 albums there. Van Morrison did a record there. So many big names recorded in this studio. Primus did their first record in there. And I was in there recording in 2022. COVID had just ended. Recording in the studio is a good COVID activity anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you're not around people. There's no. Anyway, so I had met the owner while I was there, and he'd been involved in all these records, and he's a big name. His name's Muka, and he's a big name in the music business. And I came up to him, and I was still getting tuned up, and I came up and I said, "Hey, man, how much to make a record for me, man?" And he looked me up and down, you guys. He looked me up and down, and he said, "I'll do it if you get sober." And now, yeah, isn't that? And so, I mean, me being the horror for entertainment industry that I am, I want to be in the movie as bad as anybody, And so I that went in there, and it stayed. And I went directly to rehab after that session at the studio. I went directly to rehab, and I called him 3 months later, and I said, "I'm clean and sober. When do we start?" and he didn't think I was going to do it, but he kept his word. Now, he didn't just make the record because I got sober. I still had to pay. You know what I mean? And so, but it was an amazing journey that him and I went on for the next couple years. And to tell you the truth, guys, I had told myself that I was just going to get sober long enough to make this record. And now it's like something that I want to share, and then I'm going to keep going. It's like part of my life now.
Yeah.
Yeah. My sobriety is my new drug. I mean, I did all the other ones. Yeah. So I did them all. And now I'm on this journey, and it feels great, guys. Thanks for asking that question.
I have a few questions, but would you mind playing us a song first?
Okay, sure. Now I
want to buy
done
a
it.
vest. Everyone's gonna buy a vest from you probably after the show, because
Yeah, I sell these vests, you guys. This is how I pay for my music career. Is I make and sell these vests. Here, let me show you how cool this thing is. Anyway,
I want one. How much?
I get $80 for these handmade, homemade vests. All the fabric comes from indigenous Mayans down in Guatemala.
What about shipping?
Yeah, I mean, I'll pay for the shipping. It's probably $10. Yeah. Can you guys hear? Can you hear the guitar?
Yeah.
You can?
Ralphie, can you hear it?
I say, like, try your best to strum as loud as you can. Here we go.
Is it coming through?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. All right. What song are we playing here? Okay, I got one for you.
One of your originals. You have an original.
Yeah, I've got lots of originals. That's mainly what I do. But to spice things up, I do a lot of covers too. But this one's called While You Are Gone. And I wrote this one. This is the one you asked about earlier. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I love all your songs about the exes. Ralphie.
Yeah.
Got so many songs about his exes. I love it.
No, I saw your post.
You guys got to really tune in and listen to the lyrics.
Hey,
really listen.
That's where we're going in 2025, 2026. The second part of 2025, authenticity. We're gonna be ourselves every way. And
Hell yeah.
Sandy D always rocks about it. Sandy D is never. You don't put on the front. You're always you. You're always you, Miss D. But I barely met Ty, but I've been watching your thing, and that's what you promote. You promote yourselves, and you're always truthful. And you said it again. It's not about the fans are gonna stick with us if they resonate with the truth that we're saying, because and then they're gonna realize that they need to say their own truth, and the truth ain't comfortable, So, but I appreciate it, man. We'll get back to the music. Let me hear what you got.
Okay, so this one I wrote this one about a peace-loving flower child hippie girl, barefoot, dreadlocks, that I fell in love with. And I spent the rest of the relationship waiting for her to come home. And I wrote this song for her. And it's fun one. It goes like this. You were so bright when I saw you coming by. Couldn't help you. I couldn't let you pass by. I couldn't wait for another day. We were hanging around this town. We couldn't stop. Laughing and everything. On our way to the top, you're shining like a diamond. Thousand men lie. We all know you're crazy on the side. You're cool as a cucumber. You're pretty as a swan. You can do anything you want. Keep on keeping on. You can do anything you want. Keep on saying on. You can do anything you want. And right here, right here, right here. You are gone. You are gone. You are gone. You are gone. I miss you when you weren't missing. I don't know how long. It made me realize you weren't really gone. You were there the whole time. You never got too far. I just had to remind myself just who you are. You're shining like a diamond. Eyes in the light. Y'all know you're crazy, and that's alright. You're cool as a cucumber, pretty as a sun. You can do anything you want. You can keep on. You can do everything you want. Keep on singing along, sing along. You can do everything you want. Right here, right here, right here. Where you are gone. You are gone. You are gone. You are gone. It feels so wonderful having you by my side tonight. Nothing can go wrong because the moment is right. I love watching you shine. Shine your light, shine your light, shine your light. You like those good times. You like them a lot. And you without your baby, baby. Show me what you got. We're gonna dance all night long until we drop. Some things will never change. Your love will never stop. Because you're shining like a diamond. Eyes in the light. We all know you're crazy. That's alright. You're cool as a cucumber. Pretty as the sun. You can do anything you want. You can keep your mind. You can do anything you want. You can sing along. Sing along. You can do anything you want. Right here, right here, right here. You are gone. You are gone. You are gone. You are gone. All right, yeah, shake it on in there. I've never done that with these headphones before. I hope it sounded all right.
It sounds so good. What did you guys think in the audience?
They cut through. We'll know from the audience too, man. But
yeah, everybody in the audience, we want to hear your feedback.
But let me ask you, because I'm a singer-songwriter myself. But let me ask you, like, we're going deeper. Like, we did talk about it a little bit, but who planted the seed to make you do this? My father, Ralph. I'm Ralphie, but my dad is Ralph. Like, my father did it, but how did this? Who planted this seed, man?
Somebody planted the seed.
So I grew up in a really strange religion called the Mormon Church. And
you did?
Yeah, and so they had me in choir and piano, but I rebelled against both.
My egg
And
shaker.
I quit piano lessons right away. I got through like Mary Had a Little Lamb and whatnot. And you know what? I wish that I had stuck through, because then, but I am who I am, and this is what I got. The journey is the whole thing. It's
Yeah.
like I became class president, and as soon as I got elected class president, they told me, okay, you have to drop one class to be in the student body class, and I was like, choir, because back then I was trying to be the cool kid, and I thought choir was for nerds, and now all I want is all those techniques that they taught. I think to myself sometimes while I'm developing my voice, because I have a vocal coach now, and I do all these drills every day. And I tell myself, okay, so I should have been in 3 years of choir. And in those 3 years, that would have been
Yeah.
at least, 15 minutes to a half hour of warm up 5 days a week in choir class. So times 3 years, how many minutes is that? And until I hit that many minutes of warm ups, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So that could have
Who's
helped.
counting? Who's counting anyway?
I know.
Who's keeping track
It's
of
the
us
weird
anyway?
it's the weird stuff that I do, that
It's
I
so
that
weird.
I try to compare and make sense of things.
And
Ralphie, what do you think? Who's keeping track of us anyway, Ralphie?
yeah, and that judgment part, if or comparison,
Yes,
judgment
so
or
much.
comparison, they're in the same family. You ain't trying to want none of that. But
Right, we're gonna, like you said, we're gonna spend the rest of 2025 being authentic, and that means none of that matters.
but I was going through your page, and then I'm going through all the songs you posted, because we have to promote. We're artists. We have to promote. We have these obligations.
Right.
Another thing that's like not necessary, but there's like this pressure. But I saw you posted some things, and I'm looking at them right now. And there's one that I that I tied deep to my heart, bro. Like, you were meant to happen, man. Like, we were meant to meet. And what I saw was this guy on a little lake with lily pads, and he was like this. He was like, a lot of us try to roll.
Lily pads.
Yeah.
Who is it? Let me see. Who is this guy?
That guy, I know who you're talking about. He gets in there, the gray-haired man with glasses.
He gets in there?
Uncle Pappy, yeah.
Uncle
Pappy. Let me shout out to all the people out there, because it meant something to me, because I stumbled upon this, and then I tied this tablet upon my heart, because he said this. He said, a lot of us try to walk this earth, we walk around. I'm going to add more, but we walk around, and then we have this narrative about ourselves, but we don't live up to this narrative. And then what we speak about ourselves is the narrative. Not what we speak, but actually what we do. And that's what he spoke upon. He's like, every time, this is what I'm
Ralphie.
What? Go ahead.
Listen to this. Today, when Ty was live earlier today, I was in his live, and there was like a hawk flying over me and being like all loud.
Okay.
And she mentioned it in the live, and I said, Sandy D, that is an omen, because that's my spirit animal. And you had just told me that you would be a moderator on my channel for sometimes while I'm live. And it was answered with an omen of my spirit animal, the red-tailed hawk, screaming at her. It was good. It was really good.
It's all coming together, man.
Yeah.
What was special about
that was
me,
really cool.
What was special about, not me, but what was special about the post that you reposted, Ty, that's what I'm trying to bring home, is that everything we speak about ourselves is true, and we really are trying to be in this this realm where we speak positive things about us, man. And that's what I appreciate about it. It's like, who do we want to be? This is the thing you posted. Who do we want to be? And I'm going through it, man. I'm about to be 50. I turned barely 49, and so I'm like trying to figure
Happy
this out.
birthday.
I'm figuring this ish out, and it's like, who do I want to be, and who does this person? How does this person act while I'm going through every situation? And so that's what I want to present to you. Like, I was watching.
And how do you deal with being like a live social media persona, or like, you know, like that's a whole thing too. If people already follow you as one way, then like how is there room to change? Because everybody knows you as like one way, you know? I don't know.
Well, for me, the only thing really that's going to change, I mean, I'm going through a spiritual journey and I'm evolving spiritually, but I'm also evolving in the physical world with my playing and my singing. And so that's all going to kind of evolve together now. And as long as I keep working on both aspects, then the viewer is going to pick up on that. You know what I mean? Like people come in and they see this big smile, and it might be that makes them stick around. You know, they might be scrolling through, or they might hear some good singing or some good guitar picking, and then they'll stop. But then they'll notice the other sides because they stopped. They'll notice the big smile if they stopped for the music. They'll notice the music if they stopped for the big smile. For me, it's all about offering something in that gets them to stop. You know what I mean? Because I've done it. I go ahead.
You have something. You have a smile, man. You have a look, man. I don't know how young you are or anything, but I know like there's an image.
I'm 45.
Okay. Shout out.
Yeah.
You know, shout out, man. I just turned 49, so I know.
Nice,
like,
brother.
I know that.
Are we all Generation X over here?
What are you?
Oh no, we're all Generation X.
I was 1980.
Are you 1980?
So I'm right on the cusp, but I'm Gen X.
You're on the cusp.
I figured it out. I looked it up when that was a big TikTok thing. I checked it out. I was like, oh, I'm Gen X, and then I rode that wave. I got a lot of. I did some good traction posts when Gen X thing was hitting. You guys remember that? You guys been on TikTok a while? I've only been. I started my TikTok 1 April ago. I was in the studio, and I had just done a master class, and the guy was saying, and he was like John Legend's manager, the guy that was doing this. He was, and he was saying, man, he was like,
room for my love.
But this dude was saying, he was like, you guys don't get it. It's not like you think it is. Like John Legend played somebody else's song, some guy about my size's song on live TV, and it only boosted that guy's stuff on Spotify for a week, and then it went right back to where it was, and it didn't do anything for that guy's career except for a week. And it was these kind of statistics that he had mentioned that TikTok is one of the only spaces left without a gatekeeper. Now, the gatekeepers are the reason that dude went up for a week and went back down, because the gatekeepers didn't let him in. You know what I mean? And so TikTok, you got people like Oliver Anthony and all kinds of people that have become discovered on TikTok. And it's because I'm growing my own community while I'm in there. And that's how I found you, Sandy D, is but with this smile and this guitar, I was able to get Sandy D to stop scrolling. And now her and I are friends. And now I'm friends with you.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm making more friends that are listening to this right now that vibe with
there's also spirit animals. How do we know what our spirit animal is?
Well, you could get with a Native American
shaman.
Yeah, but most any Native American that is into their heritage usually knows that kind of stuff. My quest, my journey took me to a Native American sweat lodge where we cover this teepee type thing is a little mound of wooden sticks. We covered it with animal skins, and then they roll hot rocks in there, and it's like so intense of a sauna type situation, much hotter and longer than any sauna. It's so intense that you basically hallucinate from the extreme condition in there, but you connect with your ancestors, and there is a shaman in there, and he's beating a drum and he's singing yeah, yeah, yeah. And then he starts talking, and he guides you through this journey in this sweat lodge, and in the sweat lodge, and then he's as he's guiding the journey, he's saying things like, now your spirit animals will come to you. Your eyes are closed. You're like, you think you're going to die, but he's telling you there's no way that you can be hurt in here. It's all in your mind, and he walks you through it. And then my spirit animals came to me, and I was riding on a horse, and I had a hawk on my arm that would also go up in the air, and a mouse, believe it or not. And a lot of people wonder, and I actually asked about the mouse because I'm like a lot of people. I was like, well, the mouse, man. I like the horse. I like the hawk. What up with the mouse? So I asked the shaman after, and he was like, do not discredit the wise mouse can get into anywhere and map out anything.
Friends, become one with the mice.
So I got a big old mouse tattoo on my leg, and the mouse has a sword and a cape and a goblet because my mouse is a badass. You know what I mean? So don't, yeah. And now I don't kill mice. I have to try to. Well, I have a cat, and so that's natural selection. But I'm not doing any killing. I'll tell you what, and I won't poison them either because they poison mice will kill the birds of prey. Could kill my red-tailed hawk. So, yeah, anytime I see a red-tailed hawk, I know that the omens are good. And so when you said that today, Sandy D, I stopped playing to tell you. I was like, seriously, hold on a minute.
When you were playing today, legit, I had a hawk going around all the neighbors' yards. It was going around. It was like, wah, wah, wah. It was letting everybody know it was there. It was flying around. And then next thing you know, I have a dragonfly flying around. And it's like going around. It's not bothering anybody. But I knew it was there. And I was like, this is cool. No, you're in your show. You're so talented. Your show, I know the people need to know that, guys, Ty has made a commitment and he's going forward no matter what. And we are either here for the journey or we're not. And I'm here for the journey with Ty, and that's what's up. And it's like, we're here and he's doing it. He's doing all the things. So we either come on board or we're not. And we support him or we're not. And let's go. Like, he's my friend now, and I'm so happy and honored to know him. And he's a snowboarder.
Thanks, Sandy D.
He's a snowboarder. I
am a snowboarder. Yeah.
He's freaking all the things. So let's go. That's what's
I also up. I like to scuba dive. So when I'm selling these clothes, so the last show that I did was Billy Strings in Lexington, Kentucky. And I go up and I set up what's called a shakedown, and I just set up my little booth and I sell stuff, and I also sell cups of coffee because I've always sold whatever I'm on, so now it's coffee, and so I have my little booth, and when I have people I don't have them tip me if they buy clothes, but on the coffee, it's if you're making a cup of coffee, you turn the little computer around and it has the little tip thing, right? And I always say, the computer wants to know if you would like to support my scuba diving habit. And people get a kick out of that. And I think I get better tips when I say that too.
And that's funny. Like, are you really into actually taking like scuba diving lessons?
Oh, I'm already all scuba diving lessoned out. I'm a advanced open water scuba diver. I've
Yeah,
scuba
it's
dived in
really expensive.
Thailand.
Really expensive.
It is an expensive habit.
You'd rather have
It
a job.
is. Yeah, yeah. I haven't been in a while, I'll tell you that, but I can't wait to go again. I've been in Mexico. I've been in Thailand. I've been
Oh,
in Costa Rica.
I've been to Costa Rica.
Jordan Christopher likes Ralphie's Amish beard. He can't grow one because he's got no vegetation on his face. That's funny.
That's my
You
friend
guys see? You
Jordan.
guys
What
He's
see
kind
from
of
those?
India.
what kind of
That's my
veggies
friend
on me?
Jordan in India.
Riz? What kind of
I don't
veggies?
think he. What'd you say, Ralph?
They said I don't have no vegetation on my face. What kind of veggies they need to slap on me? Like a rib? Like is that a thing? Thai is like what I appreciate about Thai is like I shared one thing about what I saw about our purpose and then you're a lot more deeper than I'm not saying that you portray because you always put forth this 100% truth. What I meant is like yeah, you come with a real, you have a smile on your face, man. You're not a Debbie Downer. You know, you keep going, you keep going. That's the thing is like, how are we gonna adapt and overcome?
How are we
Everything's
going to
happening
adapt
for
and
Ty.
overcome?
Everything is actually happening for Ty. It's just a matter of the people that realize this and hop on board.
Yeah, we
That's
got to create a mastermind group. I read it in
that's what's
this
up.
amazing book. I read this book. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And he wrote it in
I've
the
read it.
30s.
I've
Yeah,
read it.
I read it. I read it 4 times, cover to cover. I just start over from the beginning, and I'm going to get everything that I want out of life because I'm
Yep.
going to think it. I'm going to think it into existence, and
Yep.
that's how I'm going to get there. And I'm not going to slow down and react to every word that I hear or everything I see in the headlines. And I'm gonna just let it all walk like water off a duck's back, just roll through it all with a big old smile on my face. And unless the bombs are dropping in my backyard, then I'm just gonna keep trying to make sense of it
That's
all with
crazy, isn't
these
it?
tunes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's literally bombs dropping all around us. And now I think now is a more important time for us musicians to come together and support each other more now than ever because like
Yeah.
these are times that are crazy and uh we're very spiritual. Musicians are very passionate, they're very spiritual, they're very I don't know all the words, but this is a
We're
time for
very.
together as very we're
Yeah,
very
we're very, very.
we're very very we need to come together, you know.
Yeah. Yes. And we are. We're coming together. Here we are on your podcast. We're doing it, and not just us but others too. One thing that I've started doing, rather than be jealous of what other people have and what they've got, anytime I feel a little bit of that jealousy for somebody that's, because it happens to all of us, we're humans, somebody that's like on my level that's getting something that I want, I not only did I decide that rather than wish that I could have that, I decided that I would start to pray for these people that they would get even more. And I've also started to make sure that the little guy, the big guy, whatever, if I see music happening on my feed, I hit like, even if I'm going to scroll past it. And I'm passing out those likes, man. They're free. They're free. And normally I'll give it a little bit more attention because I tapped it. But like I'm starting to do that in my head. I'm like, anything that's music related, you give it a like. I can't tell you how long I spent at 10 likes. You know what I mean? And now I'm starting to grow my account, and I've got people that really like me. I've got a certain amount of people that like everything I do, and then I've got the new people coming on. And I remember what it was like to like pour my heart into a post and get 10 likes. So I'm hitting that like button for everything that I resonate with. And you know what? It's starting to make my feed really cool too. You know, I'm training my algorithm. So which is good and bad. I'm trying to spend less time scrolling. But when I'm on there, it's starting to feel good. Like I'm building, like you said, we're building community. I've got lots of stuff about the full moon intentions and all this. Like last night, I sat with a bowl of water and a candle, and I spoke my intentions into the water, and then I poured the water on the earth. And I got that from a post, somebody else's post on TikTok. I mean, I thought that was so cool. I did some cool witchy shit for the first time in my life. And I believe I woke up and I felt like that all helped me, and I'm on my way. That's awesome.
In TikTok, we trust.
Ralphie, you funny. In
I see
TikTok,
in your
we
smile, bro.
trust.
But I see in your smile, man, this genuine, this
I
authentic.
know, isn't
Thanks,
he like
buddy.
the coolest peeps? He's cool.
And
He's
Thanks,
so
you
cool.
guys.
You with sometimes you, it's not every day. Let me just say this. It's not every day that you come across someone that's cool. And genuinely cool. And when you get to know them privately and you're like, hey, I just want to get to know you privately. I just want to support you in your music and all your endeavors. And he's actually
So
cool
sweet.
back to work with. It's like the most amazing thing ever. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm about. I'm about supporting people that are actually just genuinely cool and appreciate all the help that we could do for each other as musicians and
100%.
friends. And
hey,
just
Ty,
as
organic.
a family.
You're organic, man. You're from the grassroots. You're coming up and you're speaking a language that not
Who?
everyone understands.
Ty?
And, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Ty.
Ty he's got his growing family on
like you said, it is
all
a
the
thing, man.
platforms.
And you got a family here at Cosmos. You know,
Yeah.
no Icing.
I love it here.
You have a family here on Cosmos.
And
It's inevitable.
And I know like we only have like 10 minutes left, but let's fit in a couple more music segments. Like, can you play something like?
Could you guys hear the guitar?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sweet. I was nervous because
welcome to the Cosmos. We love you and we welcome you back on all the shows. There's many shows, not just my show. I have a surfing show called Getting Salty with Sandy D. I have this show, No Icing
fun.
is the show. But there's a lot of other shows that you can become part of. So don't limit yourself here. You know?
All right. I'm here for it, you guys. I love this stuff.
Hey,
I
but
love
Ty, why have you? Do you play cover songs too?
Yeah. Yep.
Is there a song that represents you as a cover? Because they do, man. They built us. They made us.
They do.
Right? Play something for the people. We got 2 more songs for you in the mix, but can you play just like a bit of a cover song that resonates with you, bro? Please.
All right. This is a John Prine song.
Okay.
You and me, sitting in the back of my memory, like a honeybee, buzzing around the glass, sweet for blues. Radio's on, windows rolled up, and windows rolled down. Headlights shining like a silver moon is rolling on the ground. It's gonna be a long Monday. Standing all alone on a mountain by a river that's got no end. It's gonna be a long Monday. Stuck like the tip of a pen. Soul to soul, heart to heart, cheek to cheek. Come on, baby. Give me a kiss for the last day. Without of you, leaving again. Brings me down. The promise of your sweet love brings me around. Well, it's gonna be a long day. Standing all alone by a river that's got me. Gonna be a long day. Like the kiss of a kiss. It's coming again. Again. All right. That one is a quickie, but it's a goodie.
Quickies. We did the quickies.
Little John. Woo, woo, woo. John Prime.
That's so good.
As we're winding down, how do the people find you? How do the people find you on the internet?
He's on all the platforms. He's got a new album. He's got a new album coming out. He's been working hard on everything, all the things.
Yeah, so I have here's my little name, TyStonehawker.com. But there's also Ty Stone.
Is that a plastic finger? What is that?
That's my real it's just looks weird. I got the ring light. The ring light.
I thought it was like an ET finger. I was like, what is that?
I don't know if it's on everybody's screen this way, but my name is right here, Ty Stonehawker, and you can do that.com, or you can find me on any of the streaming platforms as Ty. You just type it in. Anywhere you stream music and anywhere you social media, all 5 of them. So TikTok, Insta, Facebook, YouTube. And because there's 5 of them, some of them get more attention than others. I've really just been focusing hard on TikTok lately. They seem to be giving me the most love. And I mean, I was making 20 cents a week. Now I'm making $20 a week. So what happens when that zero goes over one more? Come on. Bro, you know what I mean? That's my rent.
That's 40 tacos. Like, hey,
that is, dude. That's a lot of tacos.
You're winning, But
so
it's interesting the change, bro. Like, we're the same age, man. Looking back at the day, it's like you're making this money. It's like, but most of those homies back in the day, man, that were paying to play, were paying people to even show up on the stage, bro. And you're making like taco money or whatever.
I got taco money, dude. No, and you know what? For the first time ever in my entire career, I went and did a 10-day tour through my old hometowns of Idaho and Washington, and I actually came home with some money for the first time ever. So that was special. And then another achievement that I have going on right now is the album that I released in April called Songs of a Ramblin' Man, Volume 1. Has been on the AMA chart for 13 weeks now. And that's a big deal for an independent artist that, I don't have the money to pay for that, like and that's how, sadly enough, that's how you get a Grammy nod. You got to have money. You got to get it. You got to be able to put your music in front of 1 million people. That costs, $100,000. It costs 10 grand. I got it all figured out. 1 million listens is 10 grand. What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Story and the backstory behind the story that you have to sell for the visuals. It's always visual. It's always going to be for the TV. That's Grammy. But man, we appreciate you, man, coming out here and showing like the youth that there is potential on doing like what's organic and doing what's you.
Oh yeah, I love that. I do. Yeah, I do.
And all this, man. What song you got next for us?
I'm gonna do "Songs of a Ramblin' Man."
Okay.
And I guess I can't take that out because that's how you hear me is through these things, right?
Okay.
pulled out of the driveway to say goodbye to mom and dad. I didn't get to stay that long, 'cause all the time I had 3 hot meals in a bed, and just a place to lay my head. Reminds me of a jail I spent some time and made my mama sad. What was it that she was trying to teach me when she said, son, you better sing sweetly? One day the Lord, he's gonna wanna meet me. When he does, I won't be there to post you there. When he does, I won't be there to post you there. So I just hit the road to sing the songs of a rambling mind. And I just hit the road to sing the songs of a rambling mind. Songs of a rambling mind. I made it out of the city as the sun was going down. My baby, she says I should stay, but I don't like this town. Sirens blaring, lights come on. I won't make it home till dawn. If they find out what's really going on, I won't make it home at all. So I just hit the road to sing the songs of a rambling mind. I just hit the road to sing the songs of a rambling mind. The songs of a rambling mind. All right, songs of a rambling man. Are you guys there?
That's how I do it. Like I said, I don't control the backstage, man. But here we go. Yeah.
All right.
I'm here as your gesture. I'm your gesture. I'm ready. What do you want me to do as your gesture?
I don't know. You got a silly hat you can put on?
Of course. Of course.
Let's go.
Of course.
Let's go.
A silly hat? That's easy. Ralphie, you have a silly hat?
I had to change my shirt twice today.
Why?
Because it's so humid here. If you go outside, you're probably going to have to change your shirt.
Corey Lynn is watching. You know Corey Lynn?
I don't know. Hi, Corey Lynn.
Know Corey Lynn?
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
So, while we're talking about this, I'm new to the show.
Cortland's a singer and musician, and she's going on tour, and she's doing the whole damn thing like you. She's just like you. She's doing the whole damn thing, all the things.
Let's go. Let's do the whole damn thing.
Let's do all the things together. We love you. We support you. She said, howdy, y'all. She's a singer, songwriter. She's amazing. Amazing.
All right. I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
What I'm going to project forward as we go forward is like, I was looking up and down. I was scrolling up and down Ty's Instagram. You know, I'm trying to study. You know, I got to interview you, bro. And I'm studying. Right. And I hear your songs. I hear you're promoting, bro. Like,
you got questions, Ralphie? You got questions?
Yeah, like I said, I'm scrolling.
I got questions. I want to know who does the female vocals on your album, like the stuff I found on Spotify. There's like a female vocal that's in the background. Who does the female vocals?
So it depends on which song, but so I recorded those records in Oklahoma, and a really good bluegrass singer came in to do the harmonies with me, the female harmonies, and then we have
Wow.
a couple gospel singers on the first record on this, and my good friend Lori Shook does some on the first record, and then on the second record it's just the bluegrass gal again from Oklahoma. And on the
Wow.
first record too, the bass player on that first record is Terry Miller. He did a couple records with Zach Brown, and he's got a big bag of records that he's played on. So that was really cool to have him come in, and he helped write some of the bridge chords and stuff. It was just awesome. It's just been such a journey meeting all these amazing people and just vibing out with them. You know, every musician that has ever been on my records has a vest too. Everybody gets a vest. So that's how they can remember me, because a lot of these guys make a lot of records in a year. And when I called Terry Miller to ask him for a reference, or like, hey man, how was your experience in the studio with Ty? And he's like, he didn't really remember me. And then I said, bluegrass. And then and then Terry Miller. So I told him, the one that gave you the vest. And he was like, oh yeah, that was so fun. That was such a great session. He brought in a 500-year-old bass, upright bass that he had got. His brother won it in a storage war in Germany. So that means this 500-year-old bass that he brought in was played for kings and queens and dukes and duchesses back in the European countryside. Man, that's so cool. Things like that are just amazing.
Corey Lynn says, bluegrass, you're speaking my language.
Speaking my language. All right.
Yeah, she does. She's got albums out. She's very much doing all the things like you. And
all right, I'll check it out.
I'm sure you guys your paths are gonna cross. So I'm very happy and proud to say that your paths crossed on my show. No Icing.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm in Nashville. When are you coming through here?
Let's go.
Look
She's
me
doing
up.
all the things. She will.
That's awesome.
She'll follow you. She will.
And, I'm gonna interject. Like another big thing, man. Another big thing that made me connected to you, bro, is like Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah, I love Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, all these levels, man. I know we're gonna work together. I know we're gonna write songs. That's not a thing.
Yes,
man.
I love this.
Nashville to California. If you live in San Diego, we want to come. We all want to go to San Diego, bro. Like, it's a special.
Oh
spot.
yeah.
But also, we all want to go to Nashville one day. But
yeah, come on out.
Talking about the Eckhart Tolle, it's like I watched the Jim Carrey thing you posted. It's like, yeah, it's like Eckhart Tolle. It's like he was talking about. It's all up here, man. It's all up in our minds, man.
Nice, Corey. Yeah, I'm loving that, dude. It is.
Right.
The more I learn to use my mind, the easier this whole thing gets, you know?
Okay.
Free your mind, and the rest will follow. And I'm getting these glimpses of it. Well, I saw this. I think I reposted the Jim Carrey thing too, where he said
that was where
he said he had this moment where he like had it, and he was like, and I've spent every moment since then trying to find it, you know?
Yes.
So we get closer and closer. The power of now, Carrie Lynn says.
And he was an emotional that we miss it. Like, we could cry. Like, myself will cry. I want that. Like,
yeah, let it out.
He was making a viral video where he was like processing, but myself would be like, shit, like, I'm sad. that I don't get that connection, or I don't get to live in that frequency or that vibration all the time. Hell yeah,
Right.
that part.
But it is frequency and vibration, my friend. That's what it is. And I've been raising my frequency slowly
Yeah,
for the last couple years. It's great.
It's healing. It's biblical. It's
Yeah.
how can the people find you, bro, on the internet if they want to find you?
Anywhere you just type in Ty Stonehawker. That's Ty, not Ty, not TIE or THAI, just TY, like thank you. And then Stonehawker is STONEHAWKER, like a stone bird, Stonehawker.
Okay.
And you just type that in. You can type it into Google; it'll give you all the stuff. But yeah, any platform you're on, I'm on like 500 different streaming services. It's that easy these days, though. That's nothing special. Like anybody that uploads their music to DistroKid, it goes to all of them. So it's great. It's easy for everybody these days. I remember my first record in 2009 with a band called Stony Holiday, because my nickname has always been Stony because my last name is Stonehawker. So yeah, I was Stony before my first joint. I did live up to the name, pretty good. But now I'm going back to Ty Stonehawker, my real name. And my mom calls me Tyler, but the kids call me Ty Ty. So Ty Stonehawker it is. And you can just type that in anywhere.
Stonehawker, your real last name?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
But for authenticity purposes,
crazy.
I'm gonna tell you that the original spelling, my real last name spelled HOCK. So we changed that to HAWK because the red-tailed hawk's my spirit animal, and the branding is really cool.
Hawker.
I want a vest. I need to get a vest.
Yeah, let's get you a vest.
I'm not gonna feel complete in life unless I get a vest.
See the brand, the logo.
Ty Stonehawker. Corey,
with the
Corey
bird.
Lynn, you see that? Ty Stonehawker. Look at that logo.
With the bird.
It.
That's why we and so the story's a little deeper than that, because when I get junk mail, they spell it wrong and they spell it HAWKER. So there's that too. There's like a trifecta of reasons that we rebranded with 2 letters different.
I thought the correct spelling is HAWKER.
That's my stage name spelling. The correct spelling is HOCKER. But now we're talking about this and we're going to confuse people. If they want to find me, they got to type in. They got to type in HAWKER. Stonehawker.
Yeah,
Stonehawker.
So when I went to rehab, you guys, I was 60 pounds heavier than I am right now, and I was detoxing so hard that they took me to the hospital, and the doctor there. And I was in Mexico. I went to a Mexican rehab on the beach. It was really nice. But the Mexican doctor with his accent, like Speedy Gonzalez, man, and he was like Stonehawker, man. That would be the coolest band name ever, man. And I was like, dude. And that was before we had decided to. I was still Stony Holiday then. So I did make a record as Stony Holiday, and it's on Spotify if you want to check out my stuff from 2009, Stony Holiday. Yeah. And it's fun stuff. They're good songs. I've been bringing them back. We do a couple of them live. Yeah, we have a couple of them on the Mr. Spock about aliens, the pirate song, and Mickey Finn, that one about the outlaw, are all from that record. Back when I was 29 years old, I made that record and put it up, and it's still up there, and still has less than 1,000 streams, man.
Let's hear it, man. Let's hear it as we go out, as we close out. Let's hear a little something.
Yeah,
man.
take us to the cool down. We're all jammed up. We need the cool down.
All right, so let's do.
He's like,
I'm looking at the
Ralphie,
board over
isn't
here.
he awesome? Isn't he
I
the
have a dry
coolest
erase
thing?
board over here with
He's
all the
the
songs
coolest
written
thing.
on it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for having
Thank
me.
you so
bro.
much for coming to the Cosmos. We love you over here. We hope you come back again. And then we have a lot of shows. There's a lot of other shows, not just mine. So get ready.
Okay. All
And
right.
if you surf, you could be on my surfing show. If you want to start surfing, let's go.
I surf the powder.
The powder. Yeah, you're a snowboarder.
Yeah.
We could do a special episode about snowboarding, you know? Ralphie, what do you think? Special episode about snowboarding. I lost my co-host. It's fine.
Can you hear the guitar, Sandy D?
Yeah. Here we go.
Well, we were drinking whiskey to come undone. Life ain't easy when you're on the run. We're playing 9 ball instead of 8. The 11 ball was out of sight. It went missing in last night, bar fight. Someone threw it out the window in a fit of rage. That's when the sheriff, he comes in and says, which one of you boys is Mickey Finn? I was out the back. I was on my way. Mounted up the way I ride. I don't need no sheriff to tend my hide. Papa taught me that at an early age. And it was over hill and it was over dale. I just followed some old trail and it led me here to this old place. Where I hold up in this here track. I couldn't tell you where it's at, cause I've been on the run for several days. I don't remember what I done, I just remember having fun. Now that sheriff says that I must pay. But I've done my best, I've seen the worst. I've got friends that I coerce, then I let them march down to their grave. Yeah. Well, after I left the bar that night, there broke out an awful fight. The sheriff and my boys, they were guns ablaze. Sheriff, he done shot them down. Me, I made it out of town with all that whiskey drink, and I felt great. Onward now, I did ride until my horse he up and died. Now I'm on my feet, I'm making haste. Well, there was sagebrush all around, and soon I knew that I was bound to turn and fight that sheriff in some place. So I hold up in this here shack. I couldn't tell you where it's at, cause I've been on the run for several days. I don't remember what I done, I just remember having fun. Now that sheriff says that I must pay. I done my best, I seen the work. I've got friends that I coerce, and I let them march down to their grave. Yeah. Well, the sheriff, he came riding in. He had 7 men and 1 Indian. He tracked me down no matter where he chased. So I hunkered down mighty quiet so as not to incite a riot. I figured just that sheriff and I took aim. I shot once, he went down. All his men, they circled round. One stray bullet hit me in my face. I just laid there bleeding out when a man came in and he did shout, we got him, boys. I shot him dead right then. Now I'm holed up in this here shack. I couldn't tell you where it's at. I've been on the run for several days. I don't remember what I done. I just remember having fun. And now that sheriff says that I must pay. I done my best. I seen the worst. I got friends that I coerce, and then I let them march down to their grave. Yeah. Here we go. Well, that's when I grabbed that dead man's gun and I reloaded mine for fun and I headed out that door just to seal my face. I shot them all dead one by one. I even let the old Indian run and I went back inside and there I laid. Well, I went back in there, I laid. I went and made this shack my grave. Now no one ever comes around this place. Where I hold up in this is that I couldn't tell you where it's at, cause I've been on the run for several days. I don't remember what I done, I just remember having fun. Now that sheriff says that I must pay. I done my best, I've seen the worst. I got friends that I coerced, and then I let them watch down to their grave.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for having me on here, you guys. This has been great.
Thank you for coming.
Yep, you're very welcome. You guys are awesome. It was so nice to meet you, Ralph. Ralphie.
Yeah, thank you, bro. We'll promote all your stuff, man.
Yeah, thank
you. Everybody go follow Ty. You're gonna love him. You love him. He's going big places. He's made a commitment. He's doing all the things. Everybody go follow. If you're smart, you follow him now. And let's go.
And let's go. I love it, Sandy D. Thank you. I'll see you guys real soon.
Have a good night, guys.
What do I do now?
I don't know. Me too.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I have ads. I gotta run ads. Hold on.
Run the ads.
Ty, you want to see me surfing in Hawaii?
Sure.
This is me surfing in Hawaii. Get ready. Y'all ain't ready for this. Let's go. Let's see if it does it.